Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas alongside Anthony Rumble Johnson. And Anthony, it has been a while. It's good to see you. Congratulations on your most recent win. And I'm wondering, have you taken up being a maid yet? Because last time we spoke about all that, you remember?
Yeah,
Maid,
I remember, dog.
So what happened? It was supposed to be 185. It wasn't 185. It became 195. What's the real
Well,
story?
we had a catch weight optional, catch weight anyway. But I was trying to make 185, but my body's kind of like just stopped functioning again, and I just can't put myself through that stress anymore.
Your body hates you now.
I think it's loving me now, you know what I mean? The fact that I get to fight 205.
So how does one go from 170 to 185 to 205? You kind of just skipped over at 185. Like, yes, you had your troubles.
My body skipped over 185,
Right.
not me.
But yes, you had your troubles, but you would make the weight. What happened? Why is your body not allowing you to do this?
I think it's just after so many years of dropping dramatic amounts of weight, you know, my body's just like, you can't do this anymore to me. So I'm not letting you do anything else that you want to do. You have to do what I say. So I'm doing what my body says, and it says fight 205.
Do you think you reach a point where you are actually damaging your body, where maybe in a few years you may feel the repercussions of all this weight cutting?
Yeah, I think, you know, I could have possibly messed myself up in the future, you know, but hopefully I did. Hopefully I stopped soon enough so my body won't, you know, retaliate years from now on what I
Feel like you've hurt yourself?
No, not really. Not yet, at least. Not yet.
Was it your decision to now fight as a light heavyweight or someone else?
No, it's my decision. It's always been my decision on what I want to do with my body. I just think it's just a smart thing to do. You know, I don't have as much stress as I had before. I'm not worried like I used to worry. Now I'm just focused on fighting, training.
So now in between fights, like what do you walk around at?
I'm 220 right now.
Okay, so you'd only have to really cut like
15 pounds and I'm good.
it's like a walk in the park.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I'm smiling now. You know what I mean? I'm happy about that. Of course, you know the guys from 205, some drop from 230, 240. I heard Forrest gets up to like 240. You know, he's a big boy. It is what it is. You know, now I'm not like the so-called big guy in the weight class and stuff. I'm like average, you know, and I don't mind that.
Do you think you'll have to change your game because now you don't have that size advantage in your back pocket?
No, I just got to keep improving on what I was doing already.
Is there maybe something to be worried about? Like, you hear this with some guys, they go up, and maybe this happened with you, and then they don't really pay attention to the weight as much, and then when it's time to cut the weight, it's a problem again. So maybe, like, what I'm getting at is, when you do finally fight at 205, is there a chance that you may have issues again because you'll be overestimating how easy this is?
No, I train every day, and I'm kind of I can't say I don't step on the scale often, but I step on it just to see what my body's doing, and I'm like, I wake up in the morning, I'm 218. I go to sleep, I'm like 220, 221. So my body's like just between that, you know what I mean? So I'm not worried about anything.
When's your next fight?
I don't know. I think August. I'm supposed to fight a guy named Mike, I think, but I haven't signed a contract yet. My manager told me like an hour ago. So
I heard he's tough.
hell, I don't know. I hope he is.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Mike.
I really don't care. I just need to fight. You know what I mean? It means nothing to me who he is. You know, so let's just fight. Hopefully he doesn't run like Dave Branch did.
You didn't like that fight?
I hated that fight. I won, so I liked it, but I hated it because that ain't what the fans wanted to see. You know, they wanted to see a fight for a main event. Nobody's supposed to circle like that. Nobody's supposed to have a main event like that. That's a disgrace to just run around. You know what I mean? And guys would have took that fight and not ran. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. You know, and nothing against Dave Branch. He did what he had to do. You know, but it is what it is too. He did what he had to do, and I'm gonna say what I want to say. That's just what it is.
Will your next fight be for Titan?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
How many more fights do you have with that organization?
It's just a fight-by-fight basis, you know what I mean? Because you just never know when you might get that phone call from the big dude and got to go back in there and handle business.
You know, we were talking to Patrick Cote about this. He left the UFC, and he was saying, Bellator, Strikeforce, all those guys are nice, but I always wanted to get back to the UFC. Are you the same?
Yeah.
So even if you get an offer from a Bellator Strikeforce, you won't take it?
I've got an offer for Bellator like the day after.
Really?
I'm not against Bellator. I just don't want to fight for Bellator. You know what I mean? They're cool. They're nice, but everybody wants to be that UFC fighter. That's where you're gonna make your money. That's where you're gonna really shine. these other promotions and stuff, they're cool, they're nice. You know, they're doing what they have to do. But at the end of the day, you want to be a UFC fighter and get paid and be that guy and be able to survive and live like a real professional athlete fighter should be able to live.
Bellator is doing some big things. They just signed King Mo at 205. A lot of people think that you are one of the top free agents at 205. A fight between Mo and Rumble would be interesting for them. Does that entice you?
No. Mo is my boy.
Okay.
So I wouldn't fight him anyway.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just because we're that good of friends. I mean, to get paid, we probably have to sit down and talk about it. You know what I mean? But he's a friend of mine. You know, he's a good friend of mine. We met in college before I even thought about fighting. We was wrestling. So fighting King Mo is not in the plan and never will be in the plan and has never been thought about.
And how about? Sorry, go ahead.
He's just a friend. You know, he's a good guy, cool. You know, he always smacks his lips when he get through talking, man. You know, and all that stuff like that. So I couldn't fight Mo. I laugh at him probably the whole fight, dude. He'll beat me because I was laughing so hard.
How about being at a event? This is UFC 148 weekend that we're talking to you, Fan Expo. Right now, you're on the outside looking in. Is it hard to be here, not being a member of the UFC family?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because, you know, the more I sit back and I look at the guys that are doing that thing now and where they are, I'm like, shit, I should have been there a long time ago. You know, but that's my mistakes. That was my fault, not anybody else's, you know. So I just got to suck it up and work my ass off just to get back in there.
Have you been humbled by all of this? A lot of people have said that maybe you were a little cocky about the whole situation, that you weren't apologetic enough, that you didn't feel like you were sincere when you were apologizing. Have you been humbled now?
I'm sorry that I didn't do what everybody wanted me to do, and that's not me. I don't kiss ass. You know what I mean? If I feel like it's time to apologize, I'll apologize, you know? So, no, I ain't cocky about nothing. I'm just myself, you know? I'm always do what I think is best for me right now. You know what I mean? If they wanted me to have an apology ready, they should have told me that before the fight. Because win, lose, or draw, I'm going to be myself. You know, and I'm not going to apologize, but I will apologize at the same time. You know what I mean? You know, I am sorry for letting a lot of people down. You know what I mean? But hell, if I win, somebody's going to have something to say, and they won't want me to apologize for that too, or say I'm sorry about the entrance that song that I had. You know what I mean? Something. So I just try and continue to be myself and not be what society wants me to be.
Well, I'm happy both you and I don't have to be maids. We're better than that. I mean, nothing against maids, but...
No, nothing against maids, you know. What would your name be if you was a maid?
I go with the French maid sort of motif, you know. People seem to like that.
All right. You can just call me Jeffrey from, like, Fresh Prince. I'm cool.
Jeffrey? You got the accent, the British accent?
I've been practicing.
Oh, wow.
I've been practicing, but you can't.
I don't want you to be practicing because that means you're...
But I knew I was going to see you, and I had already started working on it.
You want to give us a go? Okay.
They're not ready for that yet.
All right. Cool. Well, good luck at 205, and we look forward to it. Appreciate the time, as always.
Thank you so much, man.